Amy. I am one of the behavioral health counselors here at the Wellness Center. Today I wanted to just touch base with you a little bit about burnout and ways to kind of manage as we all face this global pandemic that's facing our community right now. Many of us are facing so many changes, many challenges, many unknowns kind of what's going to come in the next few weeks, and that can add a level of stress that most of us have not had to face for some time. What I'm hearing from people that I'm talking with is a lot of us are feeling divided in our responsibilities. We're trying to care for our professional roles, our students, our families, and often when that happens, we kind of lower ourselves down on that list, and that can lead to burnout. Burnout is a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive and prolonged stress. It occurs when you feel overwhelmed, emotionally drained, and unable to meet constant demands. Demands placed on you often exceed the resources that you have to deal with these stressors. I think many of us can kind of check the box on a lot of those things that we're feeling right now. Signs of burnout and things we kind of look at are low energy, fatigue. Even after getting the appropriate numbers of hours of sleep, many people still feel drained and low energy and have trouble kind of getting their bodies moving. Poor motivation is common, forgetfulness, difficulty focusing, which often leads to procrastination, and so we're kind of feeling like overwhelmed by what is on our list of things to do that we just kind of become immobilized and put them off and then feel frustrated with that as well. A lot of negativity thoughts can come into play. Preoccupation is common. Ruminating thoughts, which is when you feel like you just can't shut your brain off. It's kind of this constant motion of circle of thoughts in your mind that become overwhelming and actually make it difficult to put those thoughts into action. Interpersonal problems are common during stressful times like this. Kind of our fight or flight kicks in. For some of us, it might be where we feel more prone to conflict, we're agitated, we're irritable, we're picking fights that we don't even mean to, whereas others take that flight route and kind of shut down, isolate. We may avoid responsibilities, avoid interactions even within our own family. Physical health problems are also common during burnout, especially when we're facing a health crisis. We get tuned into our body. Everything that we're feeling, we're analyzing, is this it? Do I need to call a doctor? Am I going to get more seriously ill? GI problems are common, headaches are a problem. Our immune system can be lowered over chronic stress as well. Mental health problems certainly are an increased risk during this time. That can take the form of a lot of different things. A lot of anxiety is increasing, some depression, feelings of helplessness. What can I do to change this? I'm kind of stuck. Hopelessness, when is this going to end? All those kinds of things that we all are feeling. So how do we prevent burnout? How do we manage it? We all hear the term self-care, and I think we all agree self-care is very, very important. But what exactly does that look like? Self-care is an action or behavior that improves one's mental or physical well-being. The goal of self-care is to provide a balance in your life that will help increase your self-esteem and decrease your stress. So what does that look like for each of us? It could look very different, but kind of some common basic things that I encourage you to look at is really just getting back to the basics for self-care. What am I doing for my hygiene? Get up every day, take your shower like you normally would, change your clothes, get into some routine where you feel like you are functioning as you normally would. Make sure you're eating healthy meals. Sitting down with your family is very important. I recommend at least one meal that you can sit down with your family and talk with each other instead of just kind of grab and go, as many of us are finding ourselves just snacking through the day, making sure you're getting your sleep. Reassessing your goals, making them smaller and more concrete. Kind of chunking our time is a good phrase to look at. It's like instead of looking at, oh my goodness, we're off school or we're kind of in lockdown for another month, kind of look at it in the shorter term, like, okay, this is what this week's routine looks like, and kind of helping your family structure even maybe a day at a time so it doesn't feel never ending. Very important to lower expectations for yourself. We're a high functioning, high expectation community. We like to do well, we like to do our best. This is a time where we're limited in what we can do. So we have to give ourselves some grace during this time, as well as our students and our children, and say many of us are doing the best we can with what we have and what we're facing right now, and that is enough. Practicing self-acceptance. Don't judge yourself. Just be where you are, do what you can do. Recognize that a lot of this is out of our control right now. Find the small areas in your life and in your homes that you can control, because that does give us a sense of security and safety, especially with children. Children are feeling a strong sense of out of control and they don't understand this. So find things that they can be in charge of, choices that they can make, that they feel like they have some sense of power in this as well. Number one thing, I guess, so I want you to walk away from this is move yourself up on the priority list. If we aren't at our best mentally and physically, we're not going to be able to provide the care we want for our students, for our colleagues, for our families, or for ourselves. So do that, make that a gift, be graceful for yourself. It's not being selfish, it's self-care that will help not just you, but all the people that you serve. So I wanted to just kind of close with a quote on self-care that I know many of us have heard before. Rest and self-care are so important. When you take time to replenish your spirit, it allows you to serve others from the overflow. You cannot serve from an empty vessel. Thank you.